So Overland Old Fashioned Mix is a small batch old fashioned cocktail mix to make a true Wisconsin style old fashioned. We started about 4 years ago in our kitchen and now have ramped up and are in about 180 stores throughout the state of Wisconsin and a few others in the Midwest.
Originally, our brand started in our kitchen. We love to make old fashions. I think that Friday night fish fries have always been a part of my history. I know as a couple we've done Friday night fish fries, and old fashions are just a part of that. So working in our kitchen, we were making old fashions by hand. We've used some pre-made mixes on the market. We didn't have any, so I decided to throw something together in the kitchen and tried a bunch of different recipes, did it on our stovetop, bottled it up, and it turned out really good. So we ended up giving it to family members to try just as gifts, and it kind of spiraled from there. So
yeah, I fell in love right away and asked her to make me roughly 100 bottles for friends, family, and clients of mine and give them out as Christmas presents. And that turned into a January filled of phone calls of, how do I get more? That's the best we've ever had. You guys need to make this. So we started doing the research and wondered if we could make it a business. And it took almost a year to get everything going. And it's been a fun learning curve ever since.
Yeah, a lot of paperwork that you don't realize that goes into it. A lot of classes to make sure that we're keeping people safe and bottling it. So it started in our kitchen originally with ladles and funnels and bottling each individual bottle one at a time with a ladle. Moving up to a little bit bigger production in a commercial kitchen, which has now landed us here at Appleton Beer Factory.
Now we can make close to 1,000 bottles at one time in the same time frame that it used to take me to make 40 bottles. So production has been ramping up as we have been growing and trying to find the most efficient way to make it without losing its quality and still making all the ingredients by hand. I still pour every bottle by hand, trying to keep that original flavor, but also not spend 50 hours making it. Back when we first started, we signed up for a craft fair, a local craft fair here in the Appleton area, and it blew our socks away. We showed up with roughly 100 bottles, not thinking much, and we were sold out about halfway through the show. So that got our anticipation up and our hopes up, and we started doing farmers markets here in Appleton, did a few up in Green Bay, just to get the product name out there. And then stores shortly after that started calling us, hey, we tried this, or people told us about this, how do we start selling it? So that's kind of how we decided that we want to keep everything small, locally owned businesses, and support other locally owned businesses. There's a lot of options on the market that you can find almost anywhere, festivals, Woodman's, Walmart's, and that's not who we want to be. We want to sell only to small locally owned businesses that we can help each other. They help us, we help them. Just try to keep those small local business economy booming.
I think the big thing about our product too is the ingredients that we use. We try to keep it high quality ingredients, as well as glass bottles, which a lot of our competitors use plastic bottles. We pour our product in boiling, so we want to make sure that we are keeping people safe and using a glass bottle instead of a plastic bottle. Ours is a little bit different. When we make our mix, we use brown sugar and cinnamon in our mix, which is a little bit different than a lot of the other ones on the market. It just gives it a different flavor profile compared to the sugars, waters, things like that.
Yeah, we have a cinnamon stick in every bottle. It's poured in boiling, so it sears that cinnamon stick. Just gives it a unique spice compared to other mixes on the market.
Our primary audience, we like to focus on local businesses. So we like to focus on the smaller boutique shops or gift shops, meat markets, things that people are going in for quality, local made goods. We don't like to think of the big box stores. We want to keep it local and support local. And I think our client are people that genuinely like to entertain and like to make entertaining easy. We wanted to put out a good quality product. We want to make sure that every single batch is to our standard. Being able to make something unique and people wanting to come back to us instead of a big box kind of brand, easy, pre-made mix.